With the first pick in the 1998 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Clippers select Michael Olowokandi.
The Phoenix Suns select Dragan Bender from Croatia.
Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Top of the morning, 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 top of the morning. 5 wins in a row, people. 5 wins. 5. Yeah, I'm hyped about 5 wins. Clippers on a 5-win winning streak. How about you, Josh? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome everybody. Chasing chips.
Not quite that excited, but I am excited. I won the row, samesies, so we're looking good. Ever since my venting session, we were 1-3 then, and now we've won 5. I hate to say it's because of me, but
you mean, hey man, you took the cap to you, brother. Good job. You had to go off on your team.
I did.
Go nuts, and then won 5 in a row. For me, I didn't do all that. I was nice and calm. I knew we were going to weather the storm, and we did. Before we get all into the Clippers and Suns segment, make sure you follow us on Chasing Chips Pod on Twitter. And then I am at Arena of the Mind on Twitter, and
I'm at Davis Joshua J.
Right.
My
full name. Just
what's up with Arena of the Mind, by the way? I don't. What is that?
Arena of the Mind is a blog I started back in about 2010.
Okay.
And it was called this, and I gotta find the picture, but it's gonna take me some time to find. It was a sports blog, and I was doing sports topics, and then I just stopped. But I had a picture of my head cut off halfway and popped out like this.
Oh, nice.
And
cool.
Sports was coming out.
Yeah.
And that's why I call myself Arena of the Mind, because sports happen in arenas, and my mind is arena of sports.
That reminds me of the picture on You Don't Know Jack. You remember that game?
Yes, I think that's where I got it from. That's where I got it from. That was the inspiration. I saw it. I was like, oh, that's smart. Let me just put that with sport.
That's dope.
Man. Sometimes I wish if I didn't stop that blog, I just kept, because that's when blogs were just starting out.
2010.
Yeah, that was 2010. I just got out of college. But yeah, that's the reason behind Arena of the Mind.
Got you. Thanks for the little background on that.
Yeah.
How are your Clippers doing?
My Clippers, Paul George just won Player of the Month. Right? Or Player of the Week.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. He's the only player on that team scoring right now.
I mean, let me start it over here. Paul George is one. Let me make sure. I don't want to sit out here start off with a mistake.
Yeah, I think he won Player of the Month.
No, they gave him Player of the Week.
You
can ask the question again.
Yeah, so how are your Clippers doing?
Oh, man, the Clippers, man. Fantastic, man. Like I said, 5-game winning streak. They just gave Paul George Player of the Month because he had won 4 in a row, averaging 20. He's averaging 26.3 points a game during that winning streak. It's just glorious, saying back down Damian Lillard, little mouse of the house ball, saying? Powell coming to help, foul, beat his chest, we coming, we still here. Saying? Even the NBA TNT guys just talked about the Clippers for a little bit, because they were like, okay, Paul George is playing like this. The Clippers are one of the best teams in the league. Yes. Reggie Jackson also doing his thing.
Oh my God.
Luke Kennard knocking down threes. What? Zubac playing big. Ibaka's back, even though he looks very old and tired, but I think it's just he ain't got his conditioning in. It's just, man, it's just glorious, man. It's nice. I know we didn't really play anybody super tough during this win streak, but you know what I'm saying? I'm always one of those guys that's happy about getting the wins we're supposed to win.
Yeah. A lot of comeback victories too, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of lackadaisical times. Starting off the game was just the last few games, though. The Clippers have been like this. First quarter, just awful. Second quarter, okay. Third quarter, much better. Fourth quarter, spectacular. and you blink and you look up, we up by 15. Blink, you look up, we up by 20. Blink, you look up, we up by 10. And you're like, geez Louise, why do we struggle all the way to get to it? And I try to tell people, our defense, man, our defense. People sleep on how good the guy that's probably been helping us win all these games is Nicholas Batum. Man, oh day.
Really? Okay.
Nicholas Batum knocking
like
down threes when he needs to knock down threes, playing defense, getting steals. Like, this man was sitting on the end of that bench in Charlotte, just wasting away. People said his career was over. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like he's like I would say he's almost he's just been so good. Like, he's just been so ready, came back. And this year, knowing that Kawhi was going to be there, he was always preached over the summer, like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I know Kawhi's gone. I've been working out harder than I've been working out. And I'm ready to start the season, be a starter, play more. You know, he wasn't a starter starting off because Marcus Morris was starting. And we'll get to Marcus and his brother Markieff a little bit later. But, man, I'm just so happy.
So do you think that's been the key to your guys' success is just Batum and Paul George?
We got to. It's got to. Paul George putting up 26 to about 28 points a game, second leading scorer in the league behind Curry. And for that to continue, he needs to know that he has guys that's going to score. Reggie's got scores, like I told you before. Reggie's got scores 20. And Nicholas Batum got score his 15. And Eric Bledsoe got coming with 8, 8 to 10. You know what I'm saying?
That's a tall ask. I don't know.
He's been hitting at least 1 or 2 threes. 1 or 2 threes, man. It's great, man. He's been hitting his threes through the screen. Oh, it's been good. Luke Kennard, bro. It's
Luke Kennard's a shooter.
He's just his stroke is so beautiful, and it's just always right on
that
time.
Head though, bro. That's driving me crazy, man.
What?
I said he needs to shave that head.
Why?
Crazy, man. That little foo-foo he has on his head.
He just
it's always
every time he's shooting,
like some brush. It's like a bush.
Some people don't want to give it up. Look at here. When you got the best player in the league when healthy, LeBron James, that he hasn't cut his hair, keep putting
LeBron James, he needs to shave that head too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He needs to.
A lot of players just need to shave that shit.
Look at KD, you know what I mean? At least go down with. I think that's why I appreciate Chris Paul. He's just did the low fade, the super shadow fade. Right. You don't know that he's losing his hair, but he is. But he does the shadow fade, so you don't really know.
Yeah, just embrace it. Just cut that shit off.
So
you gotta hide it.
Well, another thing is that y'all also on the 5-game winning streak. Suns doing their thing.
I mean, I want to
because I pay attention to the Suns and I watch some of their games. Unlike you with the Clippers, you just ignore us completely. You know what I'm saying?
I watch the Clippers games sometimes. It's just they're on at the same time as the Suns games typically, and I'd say that when Kawhi is playing, it's a little bit more exciting. I'm not gonna lie. So.
Oh yeah,
you didn't tell me that Kawhi's not.
I forgot about that update. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that update. Kawhi is out for the rest of the year, according to Skip Bayless.
Is he the only source?
I mean, he's the first one to say it. He broke it on Undisputed. He said
that's rough.
Clippers. It was the Clippers' choice to shut him down for the year. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 things of the confidence the Clippers have in this team to make the playoffs and do their thing. But I still have like that 10%. It's like Kawhi can still come back, and then where we go, we get through the first round. I think it comes back. I think if we get in the 5th seed, like I told you, 4th or 5th seed, and we beat whoever's in that 5th seed, I think Kawhi's like, all right, you know what? Let's come back. Let me come back.
Let me go back. I haven't played like a year. I'm just gonna go out there.
Why not?
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's high hopes, but yeah, that's pretty crazy how he's out for the year now. So I don't know. Then what happens? I mean, he re-signed, right?
Yeah, he already received. Yeah, that's why.
Not worried about it.
Not worried about it. Y'all already own it. Ain't worried about it.
Y'all in the long run. Okay, I got it. Yeah, the Suns. They went on a 5-game winning streak. The past 2 games, we played the Hawks, which essentially was just like a Devin Booker show. Devin Booker just went crazy on Trey, which makes sense. I mean, Trey's little. I'm sorry. And the Hawks are young, so like that's just a time for Devin Booker to just take over, and he did. And then Chris Paul, I think, got like 13 assists or something like that. That was wild. I mean, It was an all-around just solid game. We had to come back I think it was the fourth. But we ended up getting that victory. It was a little bit closer than I'd like. But, I mean, the Hawks are a tough team. They're just still somewhat young. So they're still figuring it out. Then the other day we played the Kings. And I hate playing the Kings because they always just shoot lights out against us.
They beat you before.
Apparently Harrison Barnes in his 11th year decides to be like Michael Jordan. I don't know what's going on with him. Like he's just scoring. I think he's averaging like over like 24 a game or something like that, or 22 or something. And he's just been playing amazing. Like he's moving so much better than I've seen ever before by him. And he's just like cutting to the basket, Euro step in. He's hitting threes. He's hitting game winners. Like
he did.
I'm still bitter about that game winner that he got against us.
Just let it go.
Yeah, I mean they just got shooters. I'd say I love De'Aaron Fox, but I'd say he struggles with 3-point shots and free throws, and I don't get it. Like he's amazing at everything else, defense, driving, acceleration. He's one of the fastest players in the NBA, but for some reason, man, free throws. He had the chance to make some key free throws at the end there, and he missed them. And then he just always struggles with threes. We just kind of like let him shoot those threes. It's wild.
As you should.
Yeah, but it's just like, man, it's just weird seeing a guard like besides Ben Simmons that just is struggling with their shot. Because it's just not a very common trait. But yeah, it was a good game. We're kind of playing with our food for a little bit, but Cam Payne was our leading scorer, 24 points. Look at me, Cam Payne. Get you some.
No. Move on. Next game.
Dude, Cam Payne, it was great. It was great for him to get that game. It was great for him to because I think he came back to the game before or maybe 2 games before that. But this was like his first game that he started scoring. And it was just great to have that energy off the bench. And it's just great to have him back. I do like, our other guard. But I will say that Cam Payne is just like our legacy player right now. He deserves that, I guess, backup point guard spot. And I just love him off the bench, man. He just brings a different energy. He kind of like kept us in that game. And I mean, he's our leading scorer. That's not very common that the backup point guard is our leading scorer.
Like just that game or just all the
just a game.
Oh, I'm just still lost that you called him legacy. Like,
I mean, he's been with us since the bubble, bro.
What 3 years gives him legacy?
I mean, right now. Talking about right now.
Is he he's been on? I swear Devin Booker's been on. I swear Devin Booker has been on the team longer, or 8 years on the same team. The last time. Look here, every time. Look here. If you want to understand this, I will interrupt Josh every time he talks about Cam Payne like he's actually a dope player. He a backup point guard in the NBA who averages like 11 points a game. He's an NBA player. He's gonna have a breakout game once in a while.
It's the little things though that make you a championship caliber team. It's like you have to have a solid backup guard to be able to be competitive within this league. And when we're sitting there fighting for a spot, like players like Cam Payne, we know Devin Booker is going to get his. We know Aiden's going to get his. Chris Paul going to get his. But it's those players that fill those like 10, 15-minute voids that you need energy from and you need points from. And they might not get up like more than 10 shots, but it's about efficiency and it's about energy and defense, So, and Cam Payne brings all that, and I think you're just peanut butter and jealous because Eric Bledsoe ain't working out. And you're just talking all that hype on Eric Bledsoe over Cam Payne, one of our first or second episodes. And
hold on.
Cam Payne is still,
wait,
okay, numbers. Okay. But Eric Bledsoe, he booty.
All right.
I think you're peanut butter and jealous. That's just my opinion.
All right. Yeah, maybe I'm jealous, but you know what I'm saying? I don't go on. I'm just gonna look up.
I got him.
I don't know. Cameron Payne. What is his name? Cameron Payne. Cameron, you call him Cam Payne. Cam Payne is averaging 6.9 points a game and 2 rebounds. Well, Eric Bledsoe is averaging 8.8 points a game and 3 rebounds. It looks like Eric Bledsoe's having a better season so far. I'm just saying.
Cam Payne's been out for more games than he's played. I think he hurt himself like the first or second game.
Oh, that's a great backup right there. Being healthy.
But anyways, campaign's better than Eric Bledsoe. That's the point. So,
Yeah.
all right. Ricky Rubio. Let's talk about him.
I mean,
looking good.
What? As everybody was during that game, was it just who is that?
How many threes?
He made eight threes. Eight threes. He had 37 points in. It's just something about the Garden, man. Something about the Garden just brings out things that I just want to shoot a basket in Madison. Just let me come down to the flow, shoot a bucket, and I'm be out. Just let me make a bucket on Madison Square Garden, just on the court, just one time for the one time, because there must be some type of energy that's in there that makes players that are great even greater, and players that are even better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, superstars were that one game. Like once you get hot in the Madison Square Garden, I feel like it's over. And you got players like Ricky Rubio who's never really been a good 3-point shooter, just putting up 8 threes like he's Steph Curry, which is wild.
Never been a good shooter, period.
Yeah.
So it's
a weird shot. But shout out to Ricky Rubio. He brought us to the bubble. Love him.
You know what's funny? But watching a game and watching a few Cavs games I've done is that he looks very comfortable with that team. He doesn't look like he's stressing. I feel like he's finally entered his career where he's like, you know what? I know I'm good enough to play at least 5 to 6 more years as a backup point guard, and I'm just going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's been comfortable, but just people aren't utilizing him as much as they should. Like Ricky Rubio was our starting point guard 2 years ago, and we didn't make the playoffs, but we still played well throughout the season. And he was a big facilitator and got people going. I mean, he got Ayton going, and he was great. I wouldn't say he's Chris Paul, but he was amazing at that time. And then with Minnesota, the Timberwolves, I feel like he went back there, and they didn't really utilize him as much as they should have. And I mean, leaning on his like veteran skills a little bit more. And now that Colin Sexton is out, they're going to be using him a lot more than they did previously. So I don't know. I think it's a good fit. Am I worried about the Cavs? No, but it's great to see him flourish in his latest.
And it's and what you're saying that like this Sexton out, like it sucks that he's out because they definitely were doing well, winning games. I think that game they were on a 4-game winning streak. They might be on still a 4-game winning streak. Think about it.
I don't know what we beat them a couple games, like 3 or 4 games ago. So.
Oh yeah,
but
they've been winning.
Hurt his meniscus, right? Yeah, that's tough because
they're in a 4-game winning streak after losing to y'all. But yeah, he tore his meniscus. He's out indefinitely. It's kind of a blow to the team. Like I said, they were winning on 4-game winning streak, so it's like, but Darius Garland gets to play a lot more. Probably get more shots up. Ricky Rubio is going to probably start. And what the best thing about what they've been doing with they've been just leaning on Jared Allen. They just been like, hey, bro, here, do your thing. And then Evan Mobley, rookie of the year in my eyes, my rookie year pick to come in the season, is doing well. Averaging a double-double right now. So it's one of those things that's just it's really good to see. And
and they got Lloyd Markkinen. They got some tall players.
They got some tall guys. They're a tall lineup. So that's why I think they're disrupting people, because they're just a tall lineup. They're tall. That's the point in the league now. It's going that way again. Back in the day, big lineups, big guys, stretch fours, solid centers. You got a solid center that can score, I feel like you're going to be a top 5, top 6 team in the league. I mean,
don't forget about Kevin Love too. I mean, he's not really doing much.
Hey.
But still, it's like, he can. I feel like Kevin Love still has a little bit of juice in him, and I'm surprised that they haven't bought him out yet. But
they're not going to buy him up because he actually loves the city. He actually loves being there. He's probably a good player coach, and that contract's it's a lot of money. You rather him sit on the bench. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man. You can't just buy out something. That's a big buyout.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but he's saying that he loves Cleveland is, I think, a overstatement. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Sources
on that one or what?
No, I got a source that you don't. Think about it. Who's the last person to sign a big contract like that to Cleveland?
LeBron, but he's from Cleveland,
right? And so I believe if you're gonna sign a huge contract in Cleveland, it's because you like Cleveland.
Or because you like money.
Kevin was going to that year. Kevin could have got paid anywhere.
Really?
During that, before he signed that contract, everybody was like, okay, you can go get that money a little bit less somewhere else. But he decided, no, I'm gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? Especially because LeBron left that year. So the money was there. Yes, the money was there, but it's something about being in a small town, a small city. I mean, it's still a big city, but it's still a small city compared to like all the other big cities in the NBA. But he took that money, and you gotta like Cleveland, man, for real. Like, you gotta like the city. The 5 years, big contract. You're pretty much ending your career there, bro. Like, that's the end of career type of money. I think he can. If they make the playoffs, I think he does. I think he surprises people.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I still think he has some juice, but I just wonder if he'd be better utilized on a different team. You know, not this young team that they're doing. So we'll see.
Yeah. So we all heard about it. It's been talked about probably to the last wits end. The Jokic push on Markieff Morris. Morris gave him a little chicken win before that. And then, you know what I'm saying, as Charles said, if you're gonna hit somebody, you better not turn your back. If I give you a dirty foul, Charles Barkley, not myself. Said Charles. If you're gonna chicken wing somebody, you better just look at them after you chicken wing. Make sure, you know what I'm saying. Don't turn your back, because you turn your back, I'm knocking you over. I'm running you through. You know what I'm saying. We gonna fight.
I mean, that's it. I mean, this whole like kind of narrative behind like, oh, he hit me when my back was turned. I'm like, bro, that was a really hard foul that, you know, you came through, you guys were losing by more than enough. And then you take that. I mean, let's be real. The Morris twins are not necessarily known as, you know,
go ahead,
light players. Like they're very aggressive, you know, and I've seen it in Suns, you know, and I'll preface by saying, Markieff, you know, Marcus, sorry for how the Suns treated you, but y'all still notoriously are known for kind of being like dirty players, in the sense of like, you guys are overly aggressive. You guys are the ones that are doing the hard fouls and stuff, kind of like a PJ Tucker-esque type players, you know, to where you're pushing and you're just being annoying and stuff like that. So I'd say that they kind of had it coming, and that was that was a hard foul. And I think Jokic is on a short fuse anyways. I mean, he hit campaign. I remember that during the playoffs.
Bro,
and he's hit other players. He's not afraid to do that.
He fought in the 2019 like Olympics. He pushed right there. He has his moments. He gets mad and he pushes people. You know what I'm saying? Right. He doesn't like to be touched. And you know, his brothers don't like him being touched, because they be in the crowd like they about to come on. And now they meet again November 29th in Miami. You know what I'm saying? People have said the Jokic brothers about this month. So that's the thing. We've never had that quick of a turnaround. Yeah. We usually have to wait like 6 months. So to have that quick a turnaround, Jokic brothers created a Twitter account, went back at Marcus, who said that we're gonna remember this moment. And you know what I'm saying? Now they play in Miami, saying Jokic brothers are gonna be there. You know, it's a whole big thing now. That game's probably circled on everybody's thing, like, oh, what's going to happen? But you know how the NBA is. Ain't no NBA player trying to fight for real. Right. Nobody really trying to throw hands.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I mean, Jokic is a lot bigger. I'm not going to lie. Like, so, hey, I think it was dumb for Jokic to do that and respond in that way. But you can't play this victim bullshit on oh, my back was turned, because, like, dude, you hard fouled him. And then you walked away. You know, what do you expect? You expect him to be like, oh, okay, and just accept it? I mean, I feel like sometimes the Morris twins, they hide behind the refs. And some of these, like, dirty players, they'll hide behind the refs. And they'll, like, do something just crossing over the line. But if someone else retaliates, then you know, it's just like, dude, you initiated the problem. And, you know, now you got to deal with the repercussions of that.
For sure. So
I don't feel sorry for Morris at all. I mean, I'm glad that he's okay. If he wasn't okay, we'd be talking maybe a different story, but he's fine.
He's fine.
You know, they got the stretcher
he got fine.
And stuff. I'm like, bro, he got pushed. Like, let's be real. Like, you don't need the stretcher. Like, I'm sorry,
I remember that. I was like, this is really bringing the stretcher out. This is what we doing. Man. So extra. Morris got fined $50K, and Jokic got suspended 1 game. I got to ask you, what is the hardest foul that you've gotten in your life?
The hardest foul? I don't know, man. Like, when we're playing out there in like these pickup games, I mean, when people show up with all laced out in their gear and stuff, then you know they're gonna be trouble. If someone shows up with like a full-on jersey, and that's what I'll say is that if you're playing pickup outside any court and someone shows up with a full-on jersey matching like NBA jersey, you know, shorts and the whole thing, they're probably gonna foul the fuck out of you because because typically people like that don't know how to play basketball. Like they showing up, they stands, but as far as like the fundamentals of basketball, they probably are not the best. That's just my assumption whenever I see someone pull up like that, you know.
I'm about to pull up with a full-on jersey. I need to go do that. I'm gonna go do that. I'm sure.
Right. No, it's just kind of goofy if you do that. And I just like, I don't know if it's just been me or what, but those players typically are the ones that are fouling the shit out of you and are going to be like overly aggressive and take it super seriously and try to like, you know, overback box you out or like, you know, just like hip check you and attacking the shit out of you.
But the thing is, you're such a nice guy. I don't know if you get too mad. You're just a nice, like, hey man, calm down, bro. Like, I feel like it probably takes you a lot. Something, a hard foul, a really hard one has to happen for you. We're like, all right, bro, we about to fight.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're legit, like I feel like you're trying to hurt me, or if you're like diving. I think my biggest problem is when people like dive for balls because it's not that serious. Like, no game that I play nowadays is that serious. So where you're like diving for balls and like that's when you can like hit my knees or something like check me and American insurance, man. It's terrible. Yeah, you know, we're hurting out here, bro. You
deductibles.
Know,
you gotta pay
$8,000. Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. No game is worth that amount of money. So if you're sitting there like diving for balls and shit like that during a pickup game, stop it. Stop it.
The biggest thing for me is buckets. If I'm about to give me a layup and I'm wide open and you come and get the rebound right under the fucking the rim.
Yeah.
And you stand there, those are the people I hate the most. And if I land like close to your foot, I'll be like, I'm always quick to be like, bro, stop. They be like, what? I'm like, bro, let me make this layup. I'm about to score. Just step away. Because the biggest thing, as you said, look here, I'm getting older. I know what it is. I realized how old I was when I sprained my ankle going down the stairs on my front porch. And my porch has 3 steps. Slipped, tweaked my ankle. My ankle was tweaked for like 2 weeks. I was upset. So I was like, okay, if anybody does this for me, I'm cussing them out. If you standing under the basket or standing somewhere, or if I'm about to get a rebound and you just trying to stand under me and I fuck my ankle up, like we gonna have some words, bro. Like, because
they cut you like when you go up.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not okay. I can see the undercuts. You know what I'm saying? If I go up and you come under me, things like that. Those are always a no-no from when we were younger. That's always a no, get undercut somebody on the layup. But I think now as I older, the people that stand under you, fuck up I'm cussing a lot today. Mess up your ankle. Like I hate ankle injuries, and it's probably the ones I hate the most. Praise the Lord, hope I don't get any next time I play. I don't know when that's gonna be, but yeah, man, I can't. That's not it. Yeah. But so we want to remind everybody of our spicy takes. Just I know we're a month and some change into the season. We should remind everybody what our spicy takes was because they're looking pretty good right now.
They're not so spicy anymore.
They're not too spicy. I think they still are because people go every time I say it to somebody, oh, it's early in the season. Calm down. You know what? I will not calm down. My spicy take was the Cavs are making the playoffs. I'm still confident that they might get in there. I mean, they're gonna get in there. It sucks. It doesn't look too well because Colin Sexton is out, which is their best. You know, people would say their best player, and that kind of sucks. So I'm hoping Ricky Rubio or Darius Garland steps up and they just give Jared Allen the ball 5 or 6 more times, even Ricky more than already given him.
He's gonna give you what he's been giving you for the past like 4 years. So I'm not expecting Ricky Rubio to necessarily step it up, you know. But Darius Garland might, you know, since he's still young, he's still got potential. You know, Ricky Rubio though, he's gonna give you that crazy game in Madison Square Garden, and then he's gonna give you about 9 assists a game, and then maybe 10 points. And that's Ricky Rubio. He plays solid D, you know, and just he's gonna be your standard kind
Yeah.
of consistent player. But as far as stepping up, I don't know. The Cavs, they still have their momentum, so I still think that your take is definitely reasonable. But
It's just funny
we'll see.
to see that those standings and I'm like fourth.
Right. And then my spicy take was Miami. Well, I had two. Miami Heat potentially win the championship, which they look strong right now.
Yeah, they do.
They look strong. I knew it. I mean, a bunch of dogs, great defensive team. They could score. They have ISO players. They have great facilitators. Jimmy Butler, just all around great energy guy. So I think that they have all of the kind of players in place to win the championship. We'll see. It's been looking good so far. And then I said that the Celtics were not going to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Which is also looking pretty
really good. Unless they make this trade, which I told you earlier in the week is trash. And if the Celtics, usually I'm all for the Celtics making the trade. Like make a trade.
Like do something. But just
do
not
something.
Not
just
Jaylen
not
Brown or
this.
Ben Simmons.
Not
trade.
This.
Yeah, I would trade everyone else basically besides Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Did you hear what the Daryl Morey said? He wants Jaylen Brown and Marcus.
That's wild. Yeah, Daryl Morey. Is it Morey?
Yeah, Morey.
Yeah,
shooting for the stars.
He's wild, man. He's asking for too much, but he'll get a little bit more desperate when the Sixers start losing. Because Embiid has been out for a little bit, and then
Andrew Drummond been doing his thing. 14 points a game, 20 rebounds every time Joel Embiid's been out.
Yeah. I mean, he'll get his stats. That's what Drummond does. But as far as winning games, I don't think Drummond really moves that needle. So I just think that
they top of the East, though.
If he starts struggling, he's going to start getting a little bit more desperate. And I just don't. I think he's just being unrealistic. Like, why don't you just get a player that can mesh with your team now? And if you are trying to win this season, you need a player that gets used to how your team is and like basically how your team plays. You can't just trade for a guy halfway through the season and then expect him to like flourish in the playoffs with this team because he hasn't played with them yet. So it's just like, I would say you need to pull that trigger and figure it out because Ben Simmons clearly isn't playing on the Sixers and you just have an asset that's just chilling. So I wouldn't say Tyrese Maxey and what's his name? Who's the other guy?
Tobias Harris?
No, the other guard. I forget.
Shake Milton?
Yeah. Yes, those two aren't going to be like leading your guard lineup there. Like those are not playoff caliber point guards right now. So you need someone else. And I mean, I would at this point trade Ben Simmons for Schroeder and Marcus Smart and maybe another big or like you gotta.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I think Ben Simmons again, his mental health is just starting to come into, so he's starting to finally express that. He's still a little bit of headache. He said he expressed that he would love the trade to somebody that we love to trade to Boston. Obviously, Ben, he'll love any trade. He would like it. Like he embraced the culture at Boston. Who cares what you want, Ben?
Because he hates Philly.
Who cares? I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Like, bro, I don't care that you're gonna embrace the culture for real. You're gonna embrace any culture when you get traded, bro.
Right.
You go to
Utah.
You go to New Orleans. Like you're gonna embrace the culture there. Like if I was New Orleans, I'd be like, bro, you can have everybody on our team, but Ingram and Zion. Who you want? I'll give you draft picks, anybody, just to get something because it's so sad over there. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, like.
It's apparently the Celtics aren't interested in that Jaylen Brown trade, and rightfully so. They shouldn't be.
And Jaylen Brown's out, so he's out too right now. So he's out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Celtics they're booty. They just don't have it together. And I'm happy. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Celtics, so I am a fan of Jason Tatum, but
future.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the Celtics be struggling. Sorry about that.
Nah, I'm not. I like it. I'm not. Born and raised in LA. You just, even if you're not a Laker fan, you build up an infinity for watching the Celtics lose, and it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, Paul Pierce from LA, so I mean.
I will say, if y'all do want to pick up a book, Kevin Garnett's book is fantastic. I just finished it. So good. Great stories in there. But other than that, man, I just want to shout out to everybody watching. Thank you for watching. If you're watching every single episode, we appreciate. Like I said, follow us on Twitter, Chasing Chips Pie. That's what it is. We here. We're doing it. We'll see y'all again later. Then we probably gonna, like we said, we come back pretty much every 2 to 3 games after our teams play. We try to make sure that's like our thing now. We're not gonna really have a set day, but it's like a 2 to 3 games. If the Clippers played 2 games or 3 games, boom, we coming right after. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose. We ain't always gonna come on.
Well, yeah, win or lose, but
win or lose. We
right now we winning, so it's all
we're saying
a little bit more sprightly.
Yeah, we got 5 games. Yeah, 5 games. 5 games.
I mean, hopefully we don't have to bring back the vending session, but who knows? We might. Roller coasters, bro. That's the season. So I expect us to win, maybe go on another streak, maybe another 5 games, and then
so total games. How many are you gonna win?
I'd say
on the way out.
Let me look at the schedule real quick.
Bruh, come on, man. Just come up with a number. Nah, off the top, off a feeling, off your team. Don't look at the schedule. Just got a feeling. How many games you all gonna win?
Precise. All right, we're gonna win the next 4 games.
How many games you gonna win total
for our streak?
Just overall. How many games you gonna win at the end of the season?
Ooh,
how many games?
That's tough. I don't know about that. I did do a standings before.
I got 50. I got 54.
54
for the Clippers.
That seems high. I'm a solid 60 with the Suns.
60?
Yeah. I think we're gonna be number 1 in the West. We're that good. We're that fucking good. Yeah, I got the Clippers. I already did.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Keep watching. Nah, I'm leaving it there. I love it. Keep watching. We'll listen to the pod. We're on everything on not on Tidal yet, but on Spotify and Anchor app and Apple Podcasts. We're also on there. If you can watch, you can always listen. Other than that, peace. This man just said the Suns is going to win 60 games a year and be the top of the West. I disagree, but you know what I'm saying? We're not going to go deep into that. And I gave the Clippers 52
you
games.
For the Stars. How many wins the Clippers going to get?
I said 52.
52?
That's losing 30 games.
I don't know about that.
You're saying y'all going to lose only 20.
22.
22 games. Bye.
Fair enough.